Buongiorno, buongiorno. Now that some time has passed, I wanted to do a little bit of an analysis and personal rating of the match Milan Torino and of the players. Obviously, when I watch football, I am passionate, and so the delusion after the match was pretty big. I was disheartened by what I saw because I was expecting a lot more. My personal feeling and the difference between Genoa Inter and Milan Torino was that while with Genoa Inter, I felt like Inter lost 2 points. In Milan Torino, Milan earned 1 point. So Inter had so many chances to win the game, and kind of looked they were always about to win the game. While like with AC Milan, we had the wrong attitude. I don't know if we underestimate Torino. I don't want to think so because you should never underestimate your opponents, obviously. But yeah, this was the first official match for Fonseca, and he didn't do as good as we all expected. Now, when Fonseca became AC Milan coach, I don't know any AC Milan supporter that was actually happy about the choice. We wanted a big coach, one with a lot of charisma. One that's why a lot of people wanted Conte, um, because he has that charisma that we missed at Milan for a while now. And most of us still thinks that Fonseca, more than an upgrade from Pioli, is as more of a side grade. I want to start for the rating for Fonseca. Fonseca, I will rate him Pioli out of 10. This match was something that Pioli will do. This experimenting, putting Selemakers in defense, Jovic from the beginning instead of Morata, Chow from the beginning while he was obviously not in condition to play. These are all mistakes that we already saw with Pioli AC Milan, and that we hope that Fonseca can correct from now on. I think the substitutions came in too late. I would have changed Jovic after the end of the first half because it was just impalpable. It wasn't there. It didn't help the team. Hernandez has to play, and we do not have currently a substitute for Hernandez. I thought it was going to be Jimenez, but he was playing with Milan Futuro, so I don't understand what is happening there. If Jimenez is gonna come to the team and be our main substitute or not. If it's not the case, though, we need somebody else to cover for Hernandez. Hernandez didn't do a great game, but you could see the difference between him and Selemakers, obviously, because Selemakers, that's not his role, and that's the problem when you try to adapt players to a new role, right? We saw also Loftus-Cheek that was quite in distress in that role as a defensive midfielder. And now I keep stressing that I think that while I like the players that AC Milan got, like Morata, great player. We got Fofana, it's good. Emerson Royal, it's a question mark for me, but can't be worse than Calabria. I still think that this market was done too late, in my opinion. We should have had all the players ready for this match, especially there on the right. I wonder if we had Emerson Royal playing, so even the second goal was because of Calabria. I mean, Calabria was so easily passed that it was very sad to watch. But let's go on. So Menyan, I would give him 7 out of 10. Menyan, I love Menyan. Menyan is one of my favorite players in AC Milan right now. His charisma, he's a great goalkeeper. He saved us in at least 2 occasions. In the first one, when Jovic didn't jump to cover for Zapata, and then yeah, he did like something like Neuer does at the end of the game, and he kept us safe there. So Magnan is always is always great. Like having Magnan, like he's very precise with his passes too. Is just overall awesome. Selemakers, I have to give him 5. It's not mainly his fault because of the position that he played, but also I was checking and Selemakers played 3 different roles in this game. He played as a left back, right wing, right back in one game. He's the player that had the most passes, even though like most of those were like short passes between the defense, and the most progressive carries. So that tells you something. Like you don't remember much about it. A lot of it wasn't that important, let's say, for the game. But yeah, Selemakers 5 is not his fault. He's great when he plays as a winger because he comes back and defends. A thing that Leao doesn't do, but we need people to do with this lineup and with this formation, right? Let's go to the couple in the middle. So Chao and Tomori. Tomori, he did his honest game. I will give him a 6. There's no harm, no foul for him. But his partner, Chao, 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 he did really bad. I'd give him a 3. He's not in condition. The first goal, like there were so many, technical mistakes from Chao. The first goal, I don't understand what he was trying to do. He trying to stop and control the ball. He should have just like, clear the ball instead. That there was a big tactical mistake. And then even the second goal, I think there was a misconception between him and Hernandez. I think Chao thought that Hernandez had Zapata covered, but Hernandez was behind Zapata. And so Chao should have been covering Zapata because, when you face a player like Zapata, you have to keep an eye on him always. No matter what he's doing, you have to be aware of where he is, what he's trying to do, and try to anticipate. He didn't do that. So yeah, Chao overall a very, very, very bad performance from him. I think Gabbia should play instead, or we will see Pavlovic maybe. Let's go to the right. Calabria. I'll give him a 5. Too easy. It's too easy to pass Calabria. And yeah, the second goal, he got dribbled very, very easily, got fooled very easily. It was 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 very sad to watch. We all appreciate Calabria's. He fights, he tries really hard, but I think then Emerson Real should be the starting player. And maybe Calabria can do well when he comes in as a substitute. But as of now, we saw the Calabria we know has been like this even the past years. So we know what to expect to Calabria. And also about Selemakers, he totally lost the duel against Bellanova. Bellanova, great player. AC Milan should think about him. It's a player that I will use in AC Milan. But yeah, Selemakers was also in the first goal. He was late to cover, and Bellanova did whatever he wanted basically. While like with Hernandez, he did way less. So we need Hernandez to be in the main lineup always. Let's go to the midfield. The midfield. So Loftus-Cheek, you can see that obviously it's not his role. He's struggling for it. He did one key pass to Leao, which then failed to put it on the goal. But he's struggling. Loftus-Cheek is a mezzala, and maybe if we play with a midfield of 3 players, we can do better. I would love to see Reinders with Fofana and Loftus-Cheek together. So I will give him 5.5 just for the key pass. Benacer, I'll give him 5.5 to Benacer as well. He didn't do much either. It was a bit lost too. So yeah, our midfield didn't work properly until Reinders came in. Let's go into the attack. The attack, we have Leao. Okay, Leao. So while it's easy now to blame Fonseca, if Leao scored that first goal or the second goal, obviously we will be talking about another match, but that didn't happen. So that's what happened. Leao, he can't miss those chances if he want to become a champion. The problem with Leao is that when he misses a chance, he gets depressed kinda, and it's hard for him to react. And I hope that this is not going to show up into the next match. I guess I hope he recover and he becomes the Leao that destroys all the matches, because that's what we know what Leao could be, and it's a shame that he never plays like more than a couple of games in a great way. Leao is so important for us. He needs to get better at scoring. Also, Leao doesn't do that defensive work that someone like Selemaker does. But we saw though that Leao, instead of staying like on the out of the left, he came in the half spaces. Sometimes we saw him in the right, so he moves a lot into the attack now. So we will see if that will pay out in the future. Now we go into Pulisic. Pulisic, I'll give him a 6 because he tried. He came back to help. He didn't do much in this game, but he's one of our best players. Attacking midfielder is not his proper role, so I think he still has to adapt a little bit. And next to him now there is Chukwueze. Chukwueze cannot be this. We saw a different Chukwueze in the preseason. We need that Chukwueze. If Chukwueze is this player that we saw, then it doesn't cut it. If that happens, then Pulisic has to go there, where he did one of his best seasons, right? And in the middle, that's why I would love to have Samardzic, because Samardic's role is attacking midfielder, so that would improve our team quite a lot, in my opinion. Chukwueze, let's see how he's gonna do. I hope that he gets better and he shows us what he can do, because we saw what he can do, and we always expect much more from Chukwueze. And then let's go to Jovic. Jovic, he did nothing. Jovic, when he starts a game from the beginning, it doesn't do much for the team. Jovic is great when he comes in as a substitute, and that should be his role. When Morata came in, it was totally different, right? So Morata is obviously our main striker. I kind of wish we got another striker like Fulkrug while we had the chance to get him for like 15 million, or instead of lowballing and waiting for another team to come in. That didn't happen. We have Camarda, but I'm not sure that Camarda is gonna play in the main team, and I don't know why. Maybe Fonseca will use him in the near future. Who knows? Or instead of Jovic, he will use Okafor. But yeah, Jovic, he was non-existent. He came as a striker. He came into the midfield a lot to pick up the ball, but that never led to anything. And he should have been subbed at the end of the first half. Let's go with the substitutes. Reinders. Reinders is our best midfielder. Our two goals came from him, basically. The first one, he shot, and the ball got deviated, and then Morata put it in. And the second, as well, his touch was there, basically. Reinders must play. He's a more attack-minded midfielder, so we need somebody that covers for him. So I hope to see the couple Fofana and Renders and see how that goes. But yeah, Renders must play. Then we got Musa. Musa did his honest game. I will give him a 6.5 for the assist as well. That was a very good assist for Okafor. So good job, Musa. Good job. Okafor, 7. Okafor needs to play more. I think he deserves to play more. The past year as well. The past year he didn't play that much, but I think he should have played more. Because every time he comes in, he plays good and he scores a lot. So I think he deserves a chance from starting from the beginning if you want to play him as a striker, or he needs to come in way before, not at the 82nd minute of the game. And it was very impactful. So Okafor, I like Okafor, and I hope he's gonna play more. And Morata, I wish we had 11 Moratas. Morata is a good player. He's not a player that scores much, but he helps the team quite a lot. But what I liked most about Morata was his attitude. In the moment that he scores the goal and he goes to pick up the ball, and Torino players doesn't want to give him the ball, he get upset, and he really wants to get that second goal and win the game. This, I think, is something that he learned from Simeone in Atletico Madrid, because usually his teams are very aggressive in that way. And I wish more players were like this, and I wish we played like the last 10 minutes right from the beginning. We need that change of attitude. We need that charisma. We need Fonseca to give that motivation to the players, because I think a lot of players are still in a Pioli mode, shall I call it? And then who am I missing? Oh, Hernandez. Hernandez, he's not in condition, but we can't play without Hernandez. Hernandez has to play. We are lucky enough that he never got an injury, so we have to just hope that he doesn't get any injuries. Even when Hernandez is not in top condition, he's so much better than any other player we have. So yeah, that's it for my ratings. Let me know what are your ratings, if you agree, if you don't agree, and ciao.